welcome to the Stoic Tide. Asterisk, why do most men go wrong? Have you ever wondered why some men, even when they didn't have a fancy car, a huge bank account, or designer clothes, are still able to capture a woman's heart? Why, even in this modern, materially obsessed world, do women still fall for men who don't offer money, but something else entirely? You may think it's about looks or confidence, but the truth is much deeper and more powerful. In today's video, we'll explain 5 things women secretly love more than money, drawing on the timeless wisdom of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. These aren't tricks or techniques, they're transformers. If you grasp them, you'll not only change how women feel about you, but also reshape how you see yourself as so. If you're ready to move beyond superficial attraction and are tired of chasing women who only value status, be sure to watch this video to the end. It might change your love life forever. And if you're new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the and join our growing brotherhood of men with a fixed mindset. There's an old story about a Roman soldier named Lucius. He wasn't rich and wasn't noble, but he had something about him that made women stop and take a second look. Even the daughter of a wealthy senator fell in love with him, not because of social status, but for another reason. Fellow 1, presence over presence. In a world full of distractions, the rarest currency is. Most men believe they can win a woman's heart with gifts, luxury, or material status. But what truly captures her soul is something far more profound. Attention, your attention. Being fully present means listening without interrupting, noticing the small things, and responding with thoughtfulness. It's not about how many hours you spend, but how deeply you're there when you're with her. Imagine a man sitting with a woman, phone tucked away, eyes focused on her, not just hearing her words, but really absorbing them. That man is rare. That man is valuable. When you're present, you're telling her without words. In this moment, nothing matters more than you. The Stoics believe that attention is a form of virtue. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, concentrate every minutian, doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. This applies deeply to relationships. Presence isn't just romantic, it means mastery over your impulses and resisting the temptation to go elsewhere. Because gifts fade, money comes but presence, it's eternal. A woman will remember how you made her feel safe, seen, significant, and that more than anything you can buy's what makes her feel truly cherished. 2. Emotional stability is so irresistible. A man who can master himself silently masters everything around him. In a world where people explode over nothing, where moods shift like the wind, emotional stability is no longer common, it's powerful. And to a woman seeking peace, security, and depth, it's a man who stays calm when things go wrong, who doesn't crumble under pressure, who doesn't lash out, complain, or chase drama, but instead holds himself with quiet control. That man becomes her anchor in a chaotic world. It's not about being emotionless. It's about emotional discipline, responding, not reacting, feeling deeply, but expressing wisely. She doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs to feel that when life gets hard, you won't fall apart. Imagine this. 2 people in a storm. One panics. The other remains grounded. Guess who she runs to? That man, the emotional homecam one, becomes her emotional home. Stoicism teaches this. Epictetus once said, It's not what happens to you, Butho. You react to it that matters. And nothing reveals a man's character more than how he handles chaos. You don't need to raise your voice to command presence. You don't need talk to prove your point. A steady man, calm eyes, controlled words, patient breath, speaks louder than any outburst ever could. In a noisy world full of scattered emotions and shallow reactions, your composure becomes rare, and what is rare becomes valuable echoes when she feels safe in your presence. She doesn't just admire you, she trusts you, and trust is the real root of attraction. 3. Vision is more attractive than wealth. It's not your car, your watch, or your bank balance that stirs something deep in a woman's heart. It's your direction, your vision fire, your vision. Because vision is it's what separates a man woes, merely existing from a man who's becoming. When you walk with purpose, when your eyes speak of the star mountains you plan to climb, she doesn't just see you, she sees where you're going. And she wants to gather with you. You don't need to barrack. You don't need it all figured out. You just need a path, one that you believe in. One that pushes you forward when life gets hard. A man who knows his why, even if he's still chasing it, is far more attractive than a man who has everything but stands still. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions, not his possessions, not his image, but his ambitions." Because when you live for something bigger than comfort, you ignite something rare. You become a story in a man who doesn't chase pleasure but purpose. And that is unforgettable. She won't just be drawn to what you have, she'll be drawn to who you're. A builder, a visionary, a man with fire in his chest and focus in high size. In a world where many men drift, self-respecting man with direction becomes a lighthouse. And the right woman shouldn't be looking for a finished product. She'll be looking for a man in motion, for self-respect over desperation. Desperation repels, always has, always. It smells of emptiness, of a man woes lost himself chasing validation. But that's powerful. That's the kind of quiet strength that draws her in. Not because you need her, but because you choose her without losing yourself. A man with self-respect, he doesn't chase what keeps. He doesn't lower his standards just to keep someone around. He sets boundaries, and more importantly, he keeps them not out of pride, but out of self-worth. This man knows I want her, but I will not trade my dignity to have her. And that mindset mystiates magnetic. Women can feel when a man is centered. When he values himself now to walk away from disrespect, that kind of energy, calm, clear, and composed, it speaks louder than words ever could. The Stoics knew this. Seneca once said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." Worrying, overthinking, trying too hard to be liked, it weakens your spirit and it dims your light. You can love her deeply, but never at the cost of yourself. A high-value man doesn't chase it. He commands it not through games, but through truth, through the confidence that comes from knowing exactly who he is and what he stands for. Because in the end, she won't fall for the man who needed her. She falls for the man who didn't need anyone, but still chose to let her in. 5. Mystery over excessive exposure. You don't need to reveal everything Tobe's seen. In fact, the most unforgettable man, there's a quiet power in restraint, in letting her wonder, question, feel there's more to you than what's on their surface, not as a trick, not as manipulation, but as truth, because you are layered, complex. Conclusion deep. Let her earn the right to know your world, piece by piece. Most men overshare it of fear, telling their whole life story, revealing every scar, dream, unthought within the first few moments, hoping to impress. But mystery doesn't shout. It whispers, and that whisper pulls her in stronger than any loud declaration ever could. Mystery creates tension. The kind that lingers, that magnetic uncertainty that keeps her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Stoicism teaches this discipline. Marcus Aurelius said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." When you overshare, overgive, or overexpose yourself emotionally, Yahoo, hand over your power. Keep some of it. Guard your flame. Let her feel there's more. That behind your calm presence is a storm she hasn't yet seen, a fire she hasn't yet touched. That intrigue is unforgettable. In a world where everyone broadcasts around, the man who keeps a little of himself, sacred, becomes rare, and rare is irresistible. She'll stay not because you gave her everything, but because she wants to discover what's still hidden. So now you understand. It's not the money, the cars, or the lifestyle that truly captivate her. It's your presence, your emotional stability, your vision, your self-respect, your mystery. These 5 qualities are timeless. They speak louder than status. They touch something deeper. And the man who cultivates them doesn't just attract, he leaves a mark. If this message resonates with you, if you're ready to become the kind of man who doesn't chase beauty but attracts, then this is just the beginning. Subscribe to Stoic Tide and become part of a growing brotherhood. Men hope with purpose, power, and peace. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Let us know which rule hit you the hardest. This is just one lesson in the Stoic path of modern masculinity.